Namaste, I'm Allie, and today we're going to be doing a quick half-hour sun celebs just to get your blood moving and your body feeling good as you get started in the morning. The emphasis today is going to be on the heart chakra, on heart opening. So enjoy, and oh Lord, I don't even know what to say here. Enjoy the practice and move at your own pace. Move like yourself. Namaste. All right. Hopefully they'll edit that part out. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Take a deep breath in and breathe everything out. And then we'll come together with the sound of Om just once. Take a deep breath in. Big breath in, and go ahead and open your mouth and just breathe everything out. Good. And then slip your hands back behind you, bring the soles of your feet to the ground, and lift up into an altar pose, tabletop shape, pressing into the arms and legs. Roll the shoulders back so the heart gets a little bit of a lift there, and take a big breath in, open your mouth, and breathe it out. And then release your sit bones down and cross your ankles. Come forward onto your hands and your knees. Wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. And on the inhale, let's just start off nice and slow and easy with some cat-cow breathing. So just starting to get the body moving in a real gentle way. And you can move with your own breath here. And work on getting as big a range of movement in the spine as you possibly can. So the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra, is very much connected to the shoulders and the arms and the hands and the fingers. So we'll be focusing a lot on articulating through the upper body today and getting those hearts nice and open. And then come back into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and press back into a downward facing dog. Good. Elongate through the sides of the waist by pressing into the ground with your fingers. Yeah, and that will also take a little bit of weight out of the wrist, so you can shift just a little bit more weight into the fingertips here to lift the armpits up. And then roll your way out into a plank pose, nice and long. And press back into child's pose. Knees come down, hips to heels. Good. Rise up to stand on your knees and reach your arms all the way up. Take a hold of either elbow, fold it into your belly, and come right back down. And then again, inhale, reach it all the way up, come to stand on your knees, and exhale, fold right back down and in. Twice more like that. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, folding in, drop it down. And last time, inhale, open everything up, still staying solid in the tops of the feet, and exhale, folding in. Come back onto your hands and your knees with the breath in, and downward facing dog with your breath out. Good. Let your head fall there. Take any tension out of the neck or out of the muscles of the face. And then lift your right leg up high. Good. Draw your knee in towards your nose and take a big step forward, coming into your lunge. Open up your right arm and twist. That's it. And opening up through the side waist so that the collarbones get a little bit more of a spreading feeling. Nice. Place your right hand down and step back into a plank pose. Lower your left knee down to the ground, please. Spin your right heel down and open up into a side plank variation. So the outer right foot is really pressing into the earth. And out of that, there's a lift on the side waist as the shoulder blades roll together. Really nice. Bring everything back down and tuck back, downward facing dog. Roll your way out into a plank pose. Press back, child's pose. Rise up to stand on your knees, reach your arms all the way up, nice lift. And on the exhale, right into your belly and fold it forward. Open up, lift up wide. And exhale, fold it right back in. This time right away, come back onto your hands and your knees, tuck your toes under, and lift your hips up, press back into a downward facing dog. Good. Send your left leg up, your knee in towards your nose, and take that big step forward, and then open up your left arm and twist. That's it. And if this is the first time you're moving today, give yourself a moment just to accustom the body with these deeper stretches. And then take your left hand down and step back into a plank pose. Drop your right knee down and spin your left heel down, open up into that side plank variation. Good. You can spread the fingers of the right hand very wide there. A broader base will give us a firmer foundation. Great. And then place everything back down. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Roll your way out into a plank pose. Press back into child's pose. This time, slide your way through and come right into a baby cobra. Tip the chest up and open as the elbows roll into the sides. Good. And press back, downward facing dog. Take a slow walk forward, one step at a time, coming to hang over your legs right at the front of your mat. Take a hold of either elbow and give a little sway there. Yeah, you can soften the knees a little bit so there's a real sense that the lower back is just draping off the top of the pelvis. And then change the crossing of your arms and give another little sway. And then release your arms, tuck your chin, and slowly, slowly roll your way up to stand. At the top, roll your shoulders forward and up and back and down, and then send your arms all the way up. And on the exhale, bring your hands right to your heart. And then a little different today, you might want to watch once. We're just going to take the right arm up and back, left arm up and back, right arm up and back, and then swing both arms up and fold forward. So moving into our surya namaskar, kind of the basis for this heart opening practice today. Take your right arm forward, up and back. Nice. Left arm forward, up and back. Just moving with your breath. Right arm forward, up and back. And then both arms lift up, high prayer above the head, Urdhva Hastasana. On the exhale, dive all the way down over your legs. That's it, spring. Step your right leg back into a lunge. Downward facing dog with your breath out. Roll it out into a plank pose. This time lower halfway or to the ground. Upward facing, or you can stay with your cobra pose. Downward facing dog with your breath out. Reach your right leg up. Exhale it in between your hands. Step your left foot to meet your right and fold forward into your legs. Come all the way up on your inhale. Reach up long through the arms. Bring your hands to your heart with the breath out. And then left arm reaches forward, up and back. Right arm reaches forward, up and back. Left arm reaches forward, up and back. And then bring both arms up high. On the exhale, folding all the way forward. Send your left leg back. Downward facing dog. Move it out into plank pose. Listen for the sound of the breath here, chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, opening up long through the tops of the feet. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And lift your right leg up. Exhale it in between your hands. Step your left foot to meet your right and fold forward into your legs. Come all the way back up on your inhale. Hands to your heart on your exhale. Left arm reaches forward, up and back. Right arm reaches forward, up and back. Left arm reaches forward, up and back. Swing both arms up high. On the exhale, dive all the way down over your legs. Step your left leg back into a lunge. Downward facing dog with your breath out. Roll it out into plank pose, lowering and dropping. Inhaling right back up, let the hips basket forward. Exhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your left leg up. Exhale it in between your hands. Step your right foot to meet your left and fold forward into your legs. Come all the way up on your inhale. Hands right back to your heart with your exhale. One more round, just like that. Right arm forward, up and back. Left arm forward, up and back. Right arm forward, up and back, and bring both arms up high. On the exhale, fold all the way down. Step your right foot back. This time you've got plank to chaturanga on your breath out. Right into it. Inhaling. That's it. Spread the fingers wide. Exhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then let's breathe there in the downward facing dog. Yeah, reach into all of the fingers. So make sure that the area between the thumb and the index finger is pressing down into the ground. But out of that, spiral the inner biceps forward. Yeah, so that you can hook the heads of the shoulders deeper into the sides of the waist. Lift your heels up high and look forward. Hop or step your feet right in between your hands and fold forward into your legs. Come all the way up on your inhale, pressing into the feet to lift the heart. Hands right back to the center. One last time. Forward, up, and back. Forward, up, and back. Forward, up, and back. And then breathe both arms up. On the exhale, folding all the way down. Step your left leg back. Plank to chaturanga on your breath out. Inhaling, opening up. And exhaling, hips high. And then a breath or two right there. Yeah, and filter the breath all the way around into the back body so the back of the heart widens as well. And then lift your heels up high and look forward. Hop or step your feet right in between your hands and fold forward into your legs. Inhale to come all the way up. This time take your arms around behind you and interlace your fingers. Lift your head and chest, leaning back. And on the exhale, bowing forward. Yeah, and if you need to let the knees be slightly bent here, you can absolutely do that. We're working our way deeper into the shoulders now. Bend your knees and lift your chest. Keep your hands interlaced. That's it. So you've got a nice flat back there. You're looking down the tip of your nose. Good. Bend your knees, though. Bend them. And then lift your hips to straighten out your legs and let your head fall forward. Change the crossing of your interlaced fingers, please. And then one more time, bend your knees and lift your chest. Yeah, and you can really let the knees bend deeply here. So the weight is shifted all the way into the balls of the feet, even as the hands are reaching back. From there, shift the weight into the back of your feet, Utkatasana, let the arms fly up. Press into the feet and rise all the way up, straight legs, leaning back. And on the exhale, fold yourself all the way down over your legs. Coming up onto your fingertips, lengthen out your spine. On the exhale, hop or step your feet back and take it through a vinyasa or right into your downward facing dog. And that's where we'll meet. Beautiful. And then stretch your right leg up. Step it forward and spin your back heel down. Come on up into warrior two. So the back heel spirals down and the arms wind around you. And there's that real open shape there. Inhale, straighten out your right leg and lift both arms up. And exhale, warrior two to the front of your mat even deeper. Good. Lean back into peaceful warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground and step back into a vinyasa or right into downward facing dog. It's up to you. Good. Keeping that heart lifted. Reach your left leg up. Stepping forward, spin your back heel down, come on up. Warrior two. So the arms are reaching in both directions, even as the shoulder blades are coming to meet on the back body. Inhale, straighten everything out, lift the arms. Exhale, deeper warrior two with your breath out. Lean back into peaceful warrior. Beautiful, ladies. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground and step back right into a vinyasa or right into downward facing dog. And feel free, if you're at home and you need a quieter practice, to just skip the vinyasas at any time and come right into down dog. And if you need a child's pose, take a child's pose. Let's build on this flow. Reach your right leg up. Stepping forward, spin your back heel down for warrior two. Inhale, reach both arms up and straighten out your right leg. This time, turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Take your warrior two to the back of your mat. Good. Lean back into a peaceful warrior right there. And then take your peaceful warrior around to the front, please. Cartwheel your hands down on either side of your right foot and step back into a plank pose. Roll onto a side plank. So your left hand stays down, your right arm reaches up. That's it. Good. So see if you can press into the hand to lift the hips up a little bit higher. And then place your right hand down, either chaturanga or down dog, up to you. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Stretch your left leg up, stepping forward and spin your back heel down. Come up, warrior two. Nice. Inhale, reach both arms up, lengthening out the legs, even look up. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. Take it into a peaceful warrior. Swing your peaceful around to the front of your mat. Cartwheel your hands down on either side of your left foot and step back onto your right hand and your right foot in a side plank. That's it. Good. It's the underside of the waist lifting. And then take your left hand down, vinyasa, or right into downward facing dog. And on those side planks, if you need to drop the bottom knee, you're more than welcome to do that. They'll be showing up again. Lift your right leg up high. Step it forward and spin your back heel down. Come on, warrior two. And right away, starting the flow, inhale to lift up, and exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. Peaceful warrior, lean it all the way back. Take your peaceful around to the front. Cartwheel your hands down on either side of your right foot and step back onto your left hand and your left foot in side plank. Little different this time. Step your right foot behind your left and lift up into a little rock star moment. That's it. Really just let the ribs explode and then come all the way back around with your right leg up high, please. Step your right foot right through your hands, spin your back heel down, come on up, warrior one. Nice, ladies. Beautiful. Good. So the first warrior one, you're carrying the left ribs forward. There's almost a slight feeling of a twist here, even as you anchor the outer left heel. Take your arms around behind you and interlace your fingers. Lift your head and chest and lean back. And on the exhale, fold yourself forward, devotional warrior. Really letting the head drop in here, even curl the chin in towards the chest. Stretch your left arm forward, up and around, peaceful warrior, please. Extended side angle with your breath out, and you can take the forearm to the thigh or the right hand to the ground. That's it. And as the left arm reaches over, even imagine that the underside of the ribs could extend, the top part of the ribs could shorten. Triangle pose, you can swing the arm in front of the face to lengthen out the right leg. Beautiful. Take your left hand to your left hip and walk your right hand forward, coming up into Ardha Chandrasana. That's it. So you're launching yourself off the back leg, and then when you're ready, you can lift up through the left arm. Great. Spreading through the fingers. And, you know, these balancing poses can get a little shaky. That's okay. That's part of it. And then bend your knees and step your left foot to meet your right, folding forward into your legs. Press into the feet and rise all the way up, reach up long. And bring your hands to your heart with the breath out. Right arm reaches forward, up and back. Left arm reaches forward, up and back. Right arm reaches forward, up and back, and then bring both arms up. Good. As the arms stay lifted, can you lift the right knee up? As the arms stay lifted, open up the right knee and see if you can come into a tree pose without using your hands. Beautiful. Good. And then the sides of the waist are lifting up even more out of the pelvis. Go ahead, step your right foot behind your left. Let's come into OMG, winging the arms back. It's kind of like a curtsy. And then Utkatasana. Nice and low. Reach up through the arms. Bring your hands down to the ground, and let's come right into a crow pose or a squat. So for those of you at home, if you're not taking a crow pose today, no worries. You can take the feet about as wide as your mat, turn the toes out, and bring your hands to your heart. If you are coming into the crow pose, maybe try picking up one foot and then the other, and then hop or step, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. You can take it through a vinyasa or skip the vinyasa and just step right back. Good. And then let's try the other side. Reach your left leg up. Stepping forward, spin your back heel down. Come on up, warrior two. There you go. Inhale to lift everything up nice and long. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. Lean back into peaceful warrior. And take your peaceful around to the front. Just moving with your breath. Bring your hands down to the ground and step back into a plank. And then right hand, right foot, side plank. Good. reaching up through the left arm. Zip up the insides of the thighs, and then step your left foot behind your right and lift everything up, opening up. Beautiful. Come back around, left leg up high. Step it right through center, spin your back heel down. Come on up, warrior one. And a moment there. And you can absolutely take the hands into Urdhva Hastasana here today, pressing the palms together. Or if the shoulders need a little bit more room today, let the arms part. Take your hands around behind you. Change the crossing of your interlaced fingers. Lift your head and chest, lean it back. And on the exhale, folding forward, devotional warrior. And there's a real release there, a real bowing down. Stretch your right arm forward, up and around. Warrior two into peaceful. And extended side angle, Utthita Parsva Konasana on the breath out. So see if you can close the ribs in on each other, almost like you're zipping up a coat all the way up the front body, but then spiral the underside of the chest up a little bit higher. So it's almost like you're leaning back. Yeah, beautiful, leaning back into it. Swing it around and come into a triangle pose. Good, re-engaging the legs once you get there. And then take your right hand to your right hip and walk your left hand forward, coming up into Ardha Chandrasana. And open up your right arm. Good. So yeah, we're talking a lot about the upper body, but in Ardha Chandrasana, the lower body is super important here. Flex the right foot and move the inside of the left thigh forward a little bit more. Yes, exactly. So you get that alignment without hyperextending in the lower back. Okay. Bend your knees and step your left foot to meet your right and fold forward into your legs. Come all the way up, reach it up long. Big breath and bring your hands right to your heart. And then left arm reaches forward, up and back. Right arm reaches forward, up and back. Left arm reaches forward, up and back. And both arms swing up high. As the arms stay lifted, see if you can lift up your left knee. And then turn your left knee out and squeeze the heel in towards the right thigh. Very nice. Stay there for a breath or two. You know, so important if this is a practice that you are coming to in the morning to get that sense of feeling rooted and strong. Step your left foot behind your right. OMG, wing your arms back. Good. Bring your feet together into Utkatasana. And then fold forward over your legs. And you've got one more crow or one more squat here. So if you are coming into the crow, spread the fingers nice and wide. Yeah, my lovely students here are doing a great job. The fingers spread really wide, and then you're tipping into the fingertips to lift the legs up. Squeeze the inner thighs. And then hop it or step it, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Good. Roll your way out into a plank pose and press back into child's pose. Rise up to stand on your knees and reach your arms all the way up, just like we did in the beginning of class. Take a hold of your elbows and fold them into your belly. A couple more like that. Inhale, reach everything up. So pranayama, getting the breath working first thing in the morning, is such a great way to move into our day with some clarity. Last time, inhale, reach everything up, and exhale, fold everything in. And then rise up to stand on the knees, and you're going to tuck your toes under. So we're going to be moving into Ustrasana. If the knees are sensitive, you can always toss a blanket underneath your knees or double over your mat if you're at home. So the toes are tucked under, and the shoulder blades come together on the back body. Support the lower back with your hands right at your sacrum, and then think more of sending the chest up than even fading back. Yeah. And then once the chest has lifted as much as you can, so you're not crunching into the lower back, try taking maybe one hand back to your right heel, and then maybe your left hand back to your left heel. Good. And if you need it today, you can always keep the hands on the lower back. If you are coming into the full shape, inner thighs spinning back, heart stays lifted, lifted, lifted. Press into your hands and reach all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart, have a seat on your heels, and just breathe. And you can press your thumbs into your sternum and feel your own heart beating. And how the breath travels into a bigger circumference all the way around the ribs when we can clear out any tension from the shoulders and the neck and the throat. And then let's take one more. Come back up to stand on your knees. And you can tuck the toes under for this one, or tops of the feet down. And this time, let's try reaching back with the left hand first. And then with the right hand. And it's almost as if the sternum is trying to press right through the front body. So as you are coming into this, think more of lifting the chest rather than just letting the head fall back. Drop the shoulder blades down. And then press down to come all the way up, reach up long. And cross your ankles, have a seat, and lower yourself down onto your back, please. Or you can always just swing the legs around. Good. And lower yourself down onto your back, bringing the soles of your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Press your hips up and come up into a half wheel. Good. And see if the shoulder blades can come a little bit closer together just from pressing in with the arms. Yeah, you can interlace the fingers if you want, but what I ask here is that if you are interlacing the fingers, that you don't depend on the shape of the arms to crank the shoulders open, that there's actually the musculature in between the shoulder blades that is allowing for this widening. Nice, a couple of really big breaths there. And then release your hands if they're interlaced, and slowly, slowly lower yourself all the way down. And then we've got one more, either half wheel, or if you're feeling it and you're feeling warm and ready for it and you want to come into a full wheel, you can do that. If that feels like too much for right now, one more half wheel and we'll close out our practice. Coming up when you're ready. Good, so wheel is kind of this big opening here, all the way across the skin of the belly and up into the ribs. See if you can move the shoulders even more over the wrists, even as the inner kneecaps move towards the big toes. Take your chin into your chest and slowly, slowly lower yourself all the way down. Really beautiful. Yeah, that's a great idea, Spring. Why don't we do that? Just let your left hand fall over your heart and your right hand over your belly. And if your lower back is feeling a little sensitive, let the knees hang inward. And if you're feeling more like you need a little bit of a moment of goddess pose, let your knees hang out. Again, here at Laughing Lotus, we're really big into finding your way into your own practice. So what we're giving you with these videos is some suggestions and some ideas, but shape the practice the way you need to, because that is how we find union, how we find yoga, that connection with our own inner teacher. So ladies, go ahead and roll over onto your right side. And use the arms to make your way up to sit. Good. And find a comfortable cross-legged position, or you can sit on your heels. And bring your hands to your heart. And let's close our practice the way we began it, with the sound of everything, the sound of openness, the sound of truth, the sound of union. Breathing in. And bowing to the light in each other. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thanks for joining us. Namaste.